What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your one and only, the truest of the geeks, the biggest of the nerds, the king of the nerds. Hey, it is me, Josh. I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope everything's going well and that you and your loved ones are safe and happy and doing okay. It is that time of the week again where I struggle to breathe. Where I struggle to take my weekly events and turn them into something worth talking about. It's a struggle for me, but I seem to get it done every week. So this week we're going to start off with Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So last week, if you guys remember, I absolutely hated the episode that was on last week. It was terrible. It was blasphemous. It was horrible. They did the Klingons really wrong in Starfleet Academy. They had smooth teeth like this, and Klingons don't have smooth teeth. They used a bow and arrow as a family heirloom weapon, and Klingons don't use bow and arrows. They use bat'leths, and I forgot what their knife is called, but Katang or something like that. I don't remember. But they also, I forgot what my other problem with the episode was. But anyways, this week's episode, worlds better. This week it was kind of a tribute to Captain Sisko and it was a tribute to Captain Sisko in Deep Space Nine, and it was done, in my opinion, it was done excellently. It's kind of a bummer because it ends the story for Deep Space Nine, really. And Captain Sisko, it kind of closes the door in a way, but maybe not for Captain Sisko to return in a future Star Trek series. At least he's not going to return in any series that takes place before Starfleet Academy. Maybe somehow he'll return after Starfleet Academy episode, or during Starfleet Academy, maybe next year. And they had I got a customer, so I'll actually be back to talk about more Star Trek and Dax. I hope I remember to talk about that. And I'm back, guys. Did you miss me? I missed me. I know you missed me. You can't be without me, right? So, they had a character come back. It's 900 years. I got another customer. I'll be back. While I am waiting for my customer to come back from the bathroom, I can finish what I was trying to say for this segment. But they brought Dax back, Jadzia Dax. But she wasn't Jadzia, obviously, but she was Ira Dax, I believe. No, I forgot her name. But she is a new Dax, 900 years older than when we last saw her. So she's really old. So if you know anything about Dax, you would know she is a symbiote. I can't remember her species all of a sudden. Trill, there we go. She is a Trill, and they are symbiotes, and they live inside. They're like a worm-like creature that lives inside of another Trill host. But it was really cool to see her brought back. Give me just a second. And here I am, back again. So yeah, man, I really liked the episode. It was a great send-off for Deep Space Nine, and I think that they did a good job. Now, a lot of other people don't seem to feel the same way as me, but I hated last week's episode, and I loved this week's episode. It's just a bummer that I know the rest of the series ain't going to be anywhere near as good as that last episode was for me. But I still watch it because I am a Trekkie, and Trekkies got to consume their Trek, even if it's crappy. Anyways, I was given a PS4 this week, and I immediately took it home, and I jailbroke it, and I hacked it, and put a bunch of games on it. So I've been working like the last 3 days when I'm off, or when I'm not at work, setting that all up and loading it full of games. So now I have a PS1 that is capable of playing backups, a PS2 that plays backups, a PS3 that's jailbroken and plays backups, and a PS4 that's jailbroken and plays backups, and a PS5 that could be jailbroken. It's not worth the effort for me because all the games on the PS5 that are worth playing are also on PC. So are a number of the PS4 games, but I'll still get them because I don't have them for the PC. And so that was pretty cool. But one of my controllers don't work, so I only have one controller that works right now, and the battery doesn't seem to last very long on it. So I might have to order a battery to put in it, or maybe just buy a replacement controller. I'm sure they can't be that hard to get a hold of. And on the PS Vita front, we are still playing Ys Origins. See where I'm at. Let's see if I can show you. It's where I'm at in the game. It's always hard to get a good, clear image on this thing for you guys, but you see how it is. I am not quite enjoying this one as much as I enjoyed the other two that I've played, because this one has some quality of life characteristics for games that are missing, like a map. And when objects are interactable, there's no indicator, so I have to just guess and try and blindly feel my way around to find out if I can interact with an object. And the lack of a map is a real annoyance to me, too. But, let's see, what else? 3D printer has been causing me issues this week. I finally got it figured out. I printed off a really big Bender, and then I started printing off a glow-in-the-dark Boo from Mario. And I kept on running into extruder overload issues. And I had to replace some of the PTFE tubing on the AMS unit because it had worn down to the point that the filament was spitting out of the tube instead of through the tube. So I fixed that. And I replaced a couple of tubes and recalibrated the 3D printer. Then I had to force... Geez, you guys, I just cannot get this video done, can I? Anyways, about the 3D printer, I got it fixed. And it's working great now. I printed off a Link from Link to the Past. And I printed off a Bender and a Boo this week. So, that's the 3D print report of the week. I had to deal with more paranoid customers. See, being concerned about your privacy and security is not a problem. That's perfectly understandable and reasonable. But if you don't know how to ask your question, and you're not communicating it clear enough, at least for me to interpret what you're trying to ask, don't get mad at me. Don't blame me because you don't know how to ask your question. I'm doing my best to read between the lines and figure out what it is you need and give you the best instruction I can. But some customers, they just expect me, because I'm the tech guy, to know exactly what their issue is, whether they can explain it clearly or not. And that's frustrating, but I do my best. What really frustrates me about that is that they get upset and they get angry and they act as if I'm just trying not to help them or something along those lines. And that happened to me this week, earlier today. And a customer was like, I want to speak to the manager and everything. And I was like, I asked for a manager that never showed up, but I ended up de-escalating the situation. I ended up helping the customer, and she left happy. But she just needed to give it more time for us to figure out what it is we needed to do for her and have her, take the time to really figure out what the cause is and what's going on and how I can help. That's all it needed. She was expecting immediate results, and that's where we ran into problems. But that's just my annoyance of the week. It's a little pet peeve, people getting mad when I don't have the answers, even though I'm trying to give them do the best I can for them. I don't know. I just want to help people. I had to fill out for intermittent leave of absence for my job. They're supposed to email me the forms to do that, and then I have a doctor's appointment to go and have them approve it so that I can send it off to Best Buy and go from there. I don't really know what I even need to do. So, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I hope I can get it all taken care of. Because, yeah, work-related stuff. And I still haven't managed to get any my Best Buy totals this week. And that is a bummer because they're really pushing me to get some totals. And I am trying. I even got this piece of paper here that I fill out that I'm annoyed that I have to fill out. But most of my customers, like I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 customers. 9 of which are written down on the paper-ish. And most of them, 7 of them, 8 of them were already my Best Buy Total members, so I had nothing I could sell them on. And the other 2, they declined it or weren't interested. So I don't know, man. They don't think we're trying hard enough. I know I'm trying. I just need to learn a couple extra tricks to get the customer to say yes, I guess. And I need a little more opportunity where customers don't already have my Best Buy Total. So I'm doing my best. I just hope that it's good enough. And I mean, one of my bosses says that if we don't improve, he could get fired, which I think is unfair. But I don't know, man. I'm just trying my best, and it doesn't seem like they see that. Taxes. I also filled out my federal taxes today. So I don't really understand hardly anything about taxes. Never have, other than to file exempt because I just don't make much money, and having them take out that extra money out of every check when I could use it for rent and bills and necessities that I need for the house is not something that I wanted to do. But this time I filled out normal, so they're going to take out maximum amount of taxes that they can, which is going to be like, if I get $1,000, they're going to take out like $200. I was told they take out about 20% of your check. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to take out. That's insane. 20% of your check? That means I'm at least working 1 full day. No, I'm working almost 2 full days just to give it all to the government. So 2 days of my work week are just for government bills, just for the government taxes. Can you see my disapproval on my face? But everybody pays them. Me too. That's about all I have to talk about this week, you guys. My week has otherwise been going pretty well. I don't really have anything else to say.
Red line.
Anyways, I got another customer. This one's going to be a long one, so I'm going to end it here, guys. You guys take care. Stay awesome. And until next time, Josh out.